At 55, I looked at my life and realised that if I didn't change right now, I'm going to spend the next 10 years living in regret. That moment was the beginning of my reinvention. And today I want to show you the practical steps that helped me find the courage to change everything. Hi, I'm Jo. Welcome back to Rock Till We Drop. This is the first question that changed everything for me. If nothing changes, will I regret it later? For me, the answer was yes. I loved my job. I had a great time in my workplace. It was meaningful and fulfilling, but my future wasn't unlimited, and neither were the years with my husband and I had together while we were in our early retirement go years. Once I was honest about my regret, I hit a massive wall. My life was actually good. That's when I had to learn the difference between what's good and what's the right thing to do for my future. Here's the second question I had to ask myself. Sometimes you have to leave something good to choose something right. My job was good, my life was good, but choosing our future together was the right thing to do. This filter helps you make decisions without guilt. It helps you see the bigger picture. It helps you choose life intentionally. This is the next question that changed everything for me, and I still use it every day. What's the worst that could happen? And can I handle it? That's when making decisions. If the answer is yes, you move forward. If the answer is no, you don't. This question removes fear. It removes overthinking and paralysis, just getting stuck in our tracks. It gives you clarity. Using that courage question was what finally led us to our first big adventure. But before any adventure can start, there's one thing you have to do. And make sure you stay with me because later in this video, I'll show you what's the first decision, where it actually took us. And it wasn't where I expected. Reinvention doesn't start with confidence. It just starts with that first baby step. If you do nothing, nothing happens. If it's not on the calendar, it won't happen. It's the rule in our house anyway. We put one thing on the calendar, a date, an idea, a possibility. And that first step shifted everything for us. You don't need to know the full plan. You just need to start. Leaving my job wasn't the final reinvention. It was actually the starting point. After that came the internal shifts, the changes that nobody sees, new routines, new courage, new priorities and new ways of thinking. I actually gave myself permission to dream with this new confidence. For me, they weren't big, dramatic changes. They were just small, simple things you wouldn't think twice about really, but putting one date on the calendar, saying yes to a new idea, choosing time with my husband over staying comfortable in a job, and of course, letting myself dream again. I always say, be careful what you wish for. If you keep dreaming about something, thinking about it, focusing on it, you will eventually find it, or it will find you, good or bad. That's why it's so important to be intentional about what you want. These internal changes make reinvention feel light instead of heavy. They prepare you for everything that comes next. Once the inside shifted, the outside just naturally followed. Suddenly, everything started opening up. Repositioning cruises, motorhome swaps, new routines, courage to try new ideas, focusing on what makes me happy. And one of the biggest outside changes was something so simple. We made a commitment to learn to dance. We already knew the basics, but to improve and then dance with confidence. This decision really enriched our lives and has brought us unlimited joy every day. I have to actually pinch myself even today because way back when I worked in the factory and had a young child and was working shift work and starting a business, I was afraid to dream. Life was so busy, so full, that you don't stop to imagine anything different. You just put one foot in front of the other. And I'm sure life is like that for many of you watching this today. But don't stop. Don't get frozen where you are. Don't stop dreaming. You can make the change with baby steps. That's why these changes felt so huge. They weren't just new experiences. It's the first time I'd ever allowed myself to dream again. It wasn't about being perfect. It was about trying something new together, having fun and building courage in small ways. People would look at us and say, wow, you must be rich. How can you afford to take such long trips? Cheeky, eh? What they don't see were the years of dreaming and scheming, planning, the small decisions, and the quiet sacrifices that have made those adventures possible. None of it was luck. It was intention. Reinvention doesn't happen all at once. It happens one brave decision at a time, first inside and then outside. Once the inside is shifted, the outside will just naturally follow. One of the first things we did was join RV Worldwide, and that one small step led to something incredible. Our first motorhome swap friends came out to New Zealand, and then we went back to Berlin and used their motorhome for 8 weeks. We travelled around the coastline of France, down into Spain, and a dream trip. We've talked about it for years and we made it happen. And then we did a repositioning cruise home. Holy moly, we just couldn't believe ourselves. This was just the start of our travel adventures. I actually made a video about that first exchange, the Berlin motorhome swap. I'll put a link below to see, and so you can see how it all unfolded. This is on my Travel on the Cheap YouTube channel. So, if you're where I was, these are the decisions and the questions that helped me find my way. Ask if you regret staying the same. Am I happy to be here in 5 or 10 years' time? Choose what's right, not just what's good. Ask, what's the worst that could happen? And can I face it? Take that first step. Put it on the calendar. Focus your thinking on what you want. Let the universe meet you halfway. Reinvention isn't about being fearless. It's about being honest. Taking one step in the direction where you want to be. We don't want to look back in our older years and feel regret. Now is the time to make the changes that will give you the life that you love. Not later, not someday, now. If you're reinventing your life too, tell me, what is your first step? What's your next step? We're doing this together, one courageous choice at a time. In the next video, I'll show you the method my husband and I use to make big decisions without fear or blame. Hey, and thanks for watching me today. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on my next videos that are coming. Ciao for now.